Yeah, that's not bad.
Dean Lilac has been playing horn and trumpets of sort with our bands around here for better than 50 years, right? Better than 50 years. And primarily, he's worked with a very, very good drummer whose son, I believe, is our drummer for today, Jack Bacon Jr. So I'm going to ask Jack Bacon Sr., or Jack Bacon the Wump, to come up here and introduce and present the award to Dean Lilac.
Well, I'm accustomed to public speaking as I am, and the acts that I have to follow here, I just want to tell you a little bit about Dean. I first met him when he was probably about this high, because I went to high school with Blaine over there, a great tenor sax player sitting over there. And I used to go to Blaine's house, and Dean would be sitting in the back room behind the kitchen practicing his trumpet. His mother used to make him go back there and practice his trumpet lessons, and he hated it. He hated reading music. And I remember that. That was the first time I remember Dean. But then later on, after I got out of the service and I took drum lessons, and I started to play Dixieland music. I liked Dixieland, and I couldn't find any guys to play with, right? And I heard that Dean liked Dixieland music. He was about 14 years old. I was 21, 22. And the first job that we played, believe it or not, was at the church that we're going to be at on Tuesday, the Barry Gary, the Emmanuel Lutheran Church. Dean and I, and a clarinet player and a trombone player, played Fidgety Feet, right? And from then on, I didn't see him for a while, but then I joined the American Legion Band, and a good friend of mine, Ronnie Gilcart, he was a trombone player, some of you might have known him. We started to get together at a restaurant down on the canal called Chip Gardino's. And we were playing Dixieland, and we used to get all different guys to come and sit in. Blaine came in and sat in with us a few times. And one time we needed a trumpet player. And I said, well, call Dean, you know, he was 15 years old. And we were reading all these complicated arrangements, and Dean came in, he sits in, he starts to play. And I thought, man, he's not playing the music, but boy, it sounds good, whatever he's playing. He was faking it all. He wasn't reading the music at all, and he's been faking it ever since. And he's the best cornet, Dixieland trumpet player in this area, if not in this state. Dean Lilac. And besides that, he's my best friend. So I'd like to present him with this award if you want to finish talking. What does it say? Queen City Jass Society Tom Lanphier Award presented to Dean Lilac in recognition of his many years of performing and promoting traditional jazz, his true love of this music, and his endless contributions to the preservation of the Queen City Jass Society, as well as his unselfish devotion to thousands of fans everywhere, marks him as a superior musician and entertainer. His caliber of performing shall surely go forward as a benchmark for others. And that is true, every word of it. There's a paperwork for you.
Put it on top of the money, Dean, so it doesn't blow out the bedroom.
Well, I suppose I'm going to have to say something. It's going to be short and sweet. I've been very fortunate in the music business to play with a very high caliber musician for my limited ability. My brother was a very terrific sax player over here. Was always a tremendous inspiration for me. And mostly I tried to listen and follow a lot of the advice that he gave me. He always told me, Dean, always play with better guys than you are. They will bring you up, he said, instead of staying at one level. And then I've always been fortunate to play with great musicians that play at a high level, like John here, and all my fellow stompers, that's for sure. we're blessed in our band because we still have 4 of the original members of the band when we started back in 1969, 1970. And what's also helpful is when I look around, I see a lot of the fans that used to follow the band back in the days of Jeffco Marina, and that's really going back where we started to get our first public exposure to people. But unfortunately, Blaine and I lost our mother a short time ago. She was always the driving force for our music in Slater's Music Store, which was a great place to learn and everything else. And this music that we all love, it's important for other people to realize it's not just something we like. And the musicians, it's a passion for us. Many of us play different kinds of music, and Cohen played big band stuff, and Bob, and whatever you want to call it. But there's a passion for this kind of music, and you've got to have that passion to play it. And I'm very fortunate to be able to do that. And first and foremost, again, you folks who come out and listen to this, we really appreciate that. And finally, I just want to say, I want to thank my family, who's all over here at this table. And of course, as John did, the little scrape I had about coming up on a year when they found me laying in the driveway. Again, the same as John, I got to give credit to my wife, who watches us and rolls. Make sure we don't take that sausage when we're supposed to, or eat a piece of pie or something like that, try to get us to think along those lines. And we just wouldn't be here without our wives. John, it's very important. So thanks to the society, thanks to all my family and friends, and I hope you folks continue your passion with this kind of music and keep getting out and seeing the bands when they're playing. Thank you again very much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, folks. And John hit it on the head when he said this is a world-class band. These guys have experience beyond. The thousands and thousands and thousands of hours that these men have played are what you're getting benefit from by being here. And I would encourage you, as Dean has, to come around because, you know, forever is not forever. You know, we have people that we've lost right up as close as this week that are advocates and great supporters of this music. We need them around because we want these guys to be able to come out and have a place to play, and we want the response of the crowd to drive them, and it does. Now you people, and I don't mean to put my back over here, it's not polite, everyone that generates the applause and the excitement and the appreciation for this band and every band that plays here does nothing but drives them on further, like Dean said. It's a passion with these guys, and they love it, and they come out and they give up their time at home and their family and everything else to come out here for you. So thank you all for giving us a record crowd today and for coming out to return the favor to them that they've done for you. Enjoy the evening. We're going to be giving out 50/50s at the end of the next set, and we're also going to hoist a toast to Gary G, aren't we, Judy? Yeah. At the end of the next set. The end of the next set. Get your Manhattans, folks. We're going to really fly from, put the rocket fuel on the table. We're going to fly. Thank you all for your attention.